There are 5 reflective exercises in total, and the approach to these exercises is rather like the approach to learning how to ride a bike, starting with lots of clear guidance and then gradually reducing that support until you can do things pretty much on your own. So for the first exercise, there is a very clear structure with lots of short questions for you to answer and a really simple pass-fail grading. The second exercise has fewer questions, but it has an expanded set of criteria for the grading, and so on until the final exercise, where there is just one central question and you're pretty much left to structure your response however you choose. The first log takes the form of a quiz. To complete your reflective assignments in this course, you'll need to open the quiz activity in Moodle related to that week's reflections. Inside the quiz, you'll be initially guided in your reflections by being given specific questions to answer, and these questions relate to the 4 main questions which are described in the video on reflective practice. What did you need to do, and why, and how does that relate to your goals? Why did you do it that way, or why did people react that way? Did my actions work, or what were the consequences of those actions? And finally, how can we do it better next time? There are 12 simple questions to answer, and although there is no time limit, each one is expected to take about 10 to 12 minutes to answer. The 12 questions will guide you through the kinds of areas you need to be thinking about for reflective practice. Each question will be given a grade of either 1, which is a pass, or 0, which is a fail. And the criteria that determine whether your response is a pass or fail are very simple. First criteria is to do with presentation. To pass, your answer should contain few significant errors of spelling or grammar and be written in a manner that can be easily understood. The rationale for this criteria being quite simple: if it's not possible to understand what you're saying, then it's not possible to verify that you've actually passed. The second one is to do with answering the question. To pass, you need to make sure that you have actually answered the question. So, to do this, just make sure that you read the question carefully and say something in response. There is no right answer, and there's certainly no wrong answer. You're not expected to research your answers or to provide enormous detail. The rationale for this criteria is very simple again. If you don't answer the question, then you're not going to be covering the topics that you need to, and it's not possible to verify that you understand what you need to. To begin the quiz, click on the link Reflective Log Part 1. You'll see a page with instructions followed by a button that you can click to start your attempt. The questions themselves will be organised into 4 sections, and each section will have a brief introduction, and then there will be a large space underneath each question where you can type in your answer. Again, there is no time limit, and you can submit multiple attempts, so you shouldn't feel yourself under any pressure to complete the questions in one go. It may be helpful for you to type up your answers in a word processor like Microsoft Word or LibreOffice Writer or Google Docs, and then pasting your answers into the quiz. This can help because you can keep saving your answers and ensure that you don't lose anything. It can help as well by enabling you to use spelling and grammar checks in your word processor before pasting over into the quiz. You can navigate around the quiz by using the quiz navigation panel on the left. From here, you can click on any question you want to go back to. Questions where you have added an answer will show as grey. Those still to be answered will show as white. You can flag a question if you want to go back to it at some point, or remind yourself that there is more that you need to do. Flagged questions will show in the navigation panel with a small red triangle in the corner, and you can unflag questions by clicking on Remove Flag. It's important to note Moodle will only save your answers to questions when you click on Next Page. Until then, your answers will not be saved. If you want to finish the quiz but return to it later, click on Finish Attempt, and this will save all your answers. Do not click on Submit All and Finish until you've actually finished the quiz completely and are ready to submit. You'll not be able to return to this attempt once you've clicked on that button. When the deadline for this activity is reached, whatever attempt you have at the time will be automatically submitted. You may want to just leave the quiz open then until the deadline and let it submit itself when the time comes.